Foundation. Level, objective. 5.1.7 K2. Summarize the testing quadrants and their relationships with test levels and test types. First question. It asks about what actions we do in each testing quadrant. I guess this is a straightforward question. As usual, pick one that you're sure of and move on from there. Usability testing is business level, critique the product Q3. So, 1 is mapped to C. 2 component testing is Q1, so 2 is mapped to A, which makes option A is our correct answer. 3. Functional testing maps to BQ, 2 business facing supporting the development. Correct. 4 reliability testing maps to Q, 4 technology facing, critique the product. Correct. Second question. According to the testing quadrants model, which of the following falls into quadrant Q1? Technology facing and support the team. This is the developer town quadrant where we do component and component integration testing. Correct answer is D. Third question. What is the relationship between the testing quadrants, test levels, and test types? A. Testing quadrants represent particular combinations of test levels and test types, defining their location in the software development life cycle. This is not correct. Testing quadrants do not represent any combinations of test levels and test types, and they are not related to any location within a software development life cycle. B. Testing quadrants describe the degree of granularity of individual test types performed at each test level. This is not correct. This is the objective of the test pyramid, not the testing quadrants. C. Testing quadrants assign the test types that can be performed to the test levels. The statement is incorrect. D. Testing quadrants group test levels and test types by several criteria, such as targeting specific stakeholders. This is correct. In the testing quadrants, tests can be business-facing or technology-facing. Tests can support the team or critique the product. Therefore, the testing quadrants can target specific stakeholders by either supporting the development team in Q1 and Q2 or supporting the users in Q3 and Q4. The correct answer is D. Fourth and last question. How can the testing quadrants be beneficial for testing? A. They help in test planning by dividing the test process into 4 stages, corresponding to the 4 basic test levels: component, integration, system, and acceptance testing. Incorrect. Yes, the test levels might be presented in the testing quadrants, but the testing quadrant has nothing to do with dividing the test process into stages. B. They help in assessing the high-level coverage, for example, requirements coverage, based on low-level coverage, code coverage. Incorrect. The testing quadrants might be used to remind us to cover all the testing types, but they cannot help assess any type of coverage. C. They help non-technical stakeholders to understand the different types of tests and that some test types are more relevant to certain test levels than others. Correct. Testing quadrants allow stakeholders of different backgrounds to understand the relationships between test types and test levels. This is achieved by visualizing what can be done and when. D. They help agile teams to develop a communication strategy based on classifying people according to 4 basic psychological types and on modeling the relations between them. Incorrect. Yes, the testing quadrants can help teams better understand each other's contributions to the overall quality of the software. However, the testing quadrants is not a psychological model and don't help develop communication strategies.